Okay, this one was really fun because I was like, could they? And like the honest answer is no. Like no, but kinda. Okay, because so when you're leaving an organization and you leave, there is something in your employee file, usually in a system, that says whether or not you are eligible for rehire. And if you were leaving under for some reason that we're like, oh, this is bad, there's going to be documentation in there as to why they would not rehire you, whether you left on your own or not. So what that means is that somebody else could reach out to your current employer for a reference, right? And so depending on how your current or past employer, whatever, the burn notice employer has it set up, they might be using a system. And I think the way that might happen is like, there's actually this system called the work number. And I had an employer that used it before. And essentially, they would not respond to references. They would put your information and whether you were eligible to be rehired, etc., into a system. And anybody else that wanted to know about your rehireable status would like go to that system, call that person, they'd pay a fee, whatever. Now, most people are plugging your information like literally into a background checking system and it's spitting out information. So I'm gonna guess probably if enough employers are kind of using a software like that, like, sure, if they're putting your information into a system, maybe it does kind of operate like a burn notice. Like, I never thought about that before. But the reality is, like, if it's a really big organization or, you know, you're working in a big area, like, is it really going to be a burn notice? It would depend on what organization, like the organization that you're going to and how they do reference checks. But what I would say is what I have seen in like really niche industries or small towns or areas where there's the same talent is walking around, could be a burn notice because we're talking to each other. Like when I worked in a really small college town, we all knew the other HR professionals, right? So if there was somebody that we were hiring and we weren't really sure, that man is mowing again right in front of my door. Okay. But if there was somebody that we knew, like they worked for somebody, we would like just like discreetly reach out to the other HR professionals, not formal, like, oh, girl's trying to hire this person, is going to be an issue. So I would say that's maybe the closest as I would say that there is a real burn notice. And I think it really depends on whether or not you have been marked as not eligible for rehire. Okay. So, yeah, that's my answer. I'm sticking to it.